You're watching the Auction Network. This is the Pontiac Silverdome. Every inch the engineering wonder it was when it first opened August 23rd, 1975. Thanks to the City of Pontiac, you have the opportunity to own this internationally noted structure, its contents, and the land surrounding it.
The Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan is being sold at auction by Williams & Williams in partnership with C.B. Richard Ellis on behalf of the City of Pontiac. Sealed bids are now being accepted by Williams & Williams through Thursday, November 12th, 4 p.m. Eastern. At that time, the City of Pontiac, in its sole discretion, may declare the current high bidder the winner and the auction ended. Or the city may elect to invite no more than the top 5 high bidders to a best and final outcry auction. Should the city determine that they will continue the auction to final outcry, that live event will be held in Pontiac, Michigan on Monday, November 16, 2009 at 1 p.m. Eastern to give all finalists time to travel to Pontiac. The Silverdome is being auctioned absolute without reserve. Interested bidders should contact Dan Falls of Williams & Williams at 918-362-6558 or go online to williamsauction.com/Silverdome for a bid package.
To walk into the huge structure that is the Silverdome can still take your breath away.
With a seating capacity of 80,311, it is still one of the largest in the world. The Silverdome was home to the National Football League's Detroit Lions, the National Basketball Association's Detroit Pistons, and the United States Football League's Michigan Panthers. The Lions franchise moved from here in 2002, and while the Silverdome has had periodic and varied uses since then, its owner, the City of Pontiac, has chosen to auction the dome and the land it is on in an effort to stimulate development in their city.
What's important for bidders to recognize is that this is not just another large site. This is a very prominent location, and it's in a city that is doing everything it can to welcome business and to foster a whole new way of operating in the state of Michigan and in Oakland County.
Oakland County, where Pontiac is located, is ranked the 4th most affluent county in the U.S., featuring the wealthy townships of Bloomfield Hills, Birmingham, and Royal Oak. The Silverdome is located next to major thoroughfares such as I-75, M59, University Drive, and Woodward Avenue, all pluses for new owners.
There could be very creative uses for this property. So because of that, we have not tried to change the property at all, aside from maintain the dome, so that if people want to continue the dome, the Silverdome as the Silverdome, it can be done very easily. But if people want to convert it or change it or even demolish it and restart at that entire site, they're able to do that. So therefore, this should be a very flexible situation for potential bidders.
John Kent grew up around the Dome and has worked there for more than a decade. He feels it could be restored to the premier arena it once was.
I believe for the community itself, this would be a jewel in the rough right now. As soon as it came out of the rough, look at all the jobs you're going to produce out here. You know, you open up the Pontiac Silverdome, you're going to have janitors all the way up to mechanics to trade shows coming in. This would be just an employing. You cut that lawn, you paint this building up a little bit, and you'd be amazed at how many people want to come in the doors.
This is an absolute auction, and the city promises to do whatever possible to work with the new owners.
We will do everything we can to make this a very hospitable place, and it's a place where there will be virtually no bureaucratic red tape.
So what does the winning bidder get with a purchase of the Silverdome when it goes to auction? First, you get 127.5 acres of land located right in the heart of Pontiac, Michigan. And the City of Pontiac has given the Silverdome site special zoning, which will allow the new owner flexibility when developing the location. 462,000 square feet are within the dome itself, 3 storage buildings and the equipment in them, and a full-size practice field. Within the Silverdome, 46 concession areas and the equipment and televisions they contain. 56 restrooms, a 15,000 square foot restaurant and 2 banquet areas, kitchens included. 93 private suites and 2 super suites, 2 super party suites, 11 concourse heaters, a full maintenance facility including tools and equipment, security offices including equipment and uniforms, upper and lower press areas, broadcast facilities outfitted for digital, private offices, locker rooms, the massive Diamond Vision screen, and don't forget that dome. The technology that keeps the air-supported roof in place was developed and patented just for this mega structure. Even the 18 large steel cables that hold it in place are patented.
Built at a cost of $55.7 million, the Dome was the largest arena in the National Football League when it opened in 1975, just 23 months after its groundbreaking. The panels that formed the roof are really white, but the new stadium was called the Silverdome because of the silver appearance of the original Teflon-coated fiberglass panels that formed it. The roof was replaced with canvas panels and steel girders in 1985 after a snowstorm damaged the original roof. Do you want to see the roof up close and personal?
Consider the Silverdome roof right now. These are 4 relief dampers that we have for the center in case it gets over pressurized. This roof is a 10-acre roof, 100 panels, 200 tons. We have our holes here in case it gets overfilled with snow.
How about that for a view of the field?
The primary use for the plugs that we have in our roof are so if you get a heavy snow load and you're melting snow, you want to be able to have the water when it's melting. If it does damp up inside the panels, the plug is supposed to pop in and release the water.
While there are girders and cables holding the roof together, it's held up entirely by pressure. 5 pounds per square foot, or to put it into perspective, enough air to inflate 600,000 tires.
We bring in about 500,000 CFM of air constant. We have blowers on the upper ring of the facility up near the top of the roof. And we bring in that air pressure. It's like blowing up a balloon, and it holds the roof, and you get leakage through your doors. So in effect, you have to run 4 to 5 of these roof blowers constant to maintain the right pressure to hold the roof up.
These massive pumps are what keep that pressure constant. There are 10 of them in constant use to maintain the pressure.
What we're looking at right now is our RV units. They're basically our rooftop fresh airs. That's basically what's holding it up during the summertime, and anytime that it's above 32 degrees to where we don't have to heat the inside of the facility, we just run off fresh air, which is just an electrical unit.
There are 2 backup generators to make sure that in case of power loss, the pressure in the building does not fall. One is in the north quadrant and the other is in the south.
This is basically our primarily used for your pressure controls. You have a low pressure alarm. Anything that gets below 0.60, trigger your rooftop units to come on so you don't have a low pressure.
Valves to monitor the pressure are located both in security and in the executive suites. This engineering marvel can be yours when it goes to auction.
Watch, bid, win, only on the Auction Network.